lasting impact for students who choose this program is recognizing that you can call somewhere else your creative home, and it's very viable to be able to make it an industry that you can work across the world. I think a lot of the students who have been on my program, what I found to be the most, I guess, rewarding and exciting is to hear from them months later and them say, oh, that mentor you connected with me with, I'm still talking to them, I'm still sending them work. Or actually, I've seen this opportunity in London that I want to apply for. I feel really excited that they came for a semester and now they're thinking about their future, and their future being, actually, I can be a writer who works in London for a bit, or I work in the US for a bit. And I feel really privileged to be able to be on that journey with them. I think it also opens up a creative community that they might have not known that they had, especially given that there are so many programs, so many courses. So many students get to be in my class, there's only 12 of us, and they get to work with people they've never worked with before. And it's also created a little connection. So I've heard that some of them have like WhatsApp groups where they share each other's work, give each other feedback, they've created little collectives. So I feel really like excited to know that I was a part of that journey. I see this influencing their career by allowing them to think of other places to be able to call their creative hubs, the creative homes. So some of them have gone on to connect and apply for scholarships to be able to study further in the UK. Some of them have gone on to looking at production as well as being a TV writer. I've had quite a few ask me for like references for that, because they, having as part of my program, we would go to production companies. Some of them found like, hey, actually I would like to work in development. So actually thinking about development, especially for production companies that don't just work in the US, they also work internationally, be that the UK, be that Australia, be that across the rest of Europe. There are students who have now gone, actually I would like to find out ways to be able to work within different parts of that. So that's been really good to see. I like to show work that is from a vast spectrum of creativity, thinking about the world that we live in today and making sure it's representative. For me, representation is really key. It's in the DNA of what I create, and I always champion my students to be able to do that and to continue to push that. And I think for me, stories should represent worlds that we are familiar with, worlds that we don't know much about, and worlds that we're curious about. And I think I always lead with curiosity, and I want to champion the students that I work with to always do that. And I think what's really great is that because the students who come through the door are from different backgrounds, may or may not know each other, they also create this little mini company. And I always enforce that from day one. We are a mini company, we're a mini writer's room, we're a production crew. Hey, I've seen this show, you should see it too. Hey, I've seen the show, you should see it too. And that happens quite a lot week by week. And I'll ask them what they've been watching, especially TV-wise, especially British TV-wise. And that's really helped them to think about finding stories from different parts of the world that they might have not tapped into originally. My course in particular, students think about not only the sort of starting journey to creating the pilot, also thinking about process. The process in the UK is very different. Traditionally, writers tend to work on shows alone, just one writer and a producing team, unless you're in a writing duo. So the students in my class are always championed to think about, how would you lead this process? What does this world look like, feel like? What are we going to see week by week? And really getting them to think about their authored stories and being really bold and really brave with that. And I think that allows them also to be able to start thinking about the UK system more. I get them to also think about and learn, who are our production companies? What are our production companies making? And I think what's really great is usually in the spring term, there are so many shows that come out. This year there were quite a few shows that have been nominated and won big awards. So a lot of the students had seen it, and it was great for them to be in the UK where these shows have originated, to be able to have that conversation around the process, especially when they realize, oh, the show's been written by one person, there's 8 episodes, how does that work? And so we're able to unpick that live and get an experience from me, from my perspective, especially as someone who is a writer and makes the shows on my own a lot of the time. I think it's really championed them to think about a different approach. And I think that's the biggest thing of like this program, and especially study a year in London, is a different approach to what you might have learned. And I think these are all really important, especially as you grow and you develop as a creative.